We are deeply fortunate to be joined by one of the most respected legal luminaries in our country. I invite Professor G.Mohan Gopal Garu, former Director of the National Judicial Academy, Bhopal.
Respected Vice Chancellor, respected Professor Venkat Rao, Professor Pandey, Professor Venkateshwarulu, Madam Chandralekha, and other distinguished visitors, respected Registrar of the University, other faculty members, and most of all, dear students. You've just heard a very wonderful lecture from Professor Venkat Rao, and I'm sure your exams are here, and so you're keen to get back to your preparations. We all want to pay respect to Baba Sahib, but the best way we can pay respect to Baba Sahib is by going back and studying and doing well. and I just want to make 2 points. Very few people I want to talk about, because we are in a university. I'll just make 2 or 3 very quick points. We are in a university, so we should look at a rarely seen perspective of Dr. Ambedkar. He was in Columbia University between 1913 and 1916 for 3 academic years. He was a very young person in his 20s. Normally, I also had a chance many years later, obviously, to study in the United States for my PhD and LLM and so on. And normally we take about 2 to 3 courses per semester, 3 to 4, maximum 4, but 2 to 3 full courses per semester. So that would be about 6 courses per year. And in 3 years that would be 18 courses. Can anyone guess how many courses, full courses, Dr. Ambedkar took in Columbia? Can anyone guess? Against a benchmark of say 15 to 20, which normal people do. Any guesses? He took 71 courses. 71 courses. Full courses. Of these full courses, he took courses with 4 of the greatest living thinkers. John Dewey, who is one of the fathers of pragmatism, the main American contribution to global philosophy, pragmatism. He took several courses with John Dewey, full courses. Edward Seligman, celebrated economist. James Shotwell, celebrated historian. Alexander Golden Weiser, one of the world's most famous anthropologists, and several more. And if you look at the number of courses he took, and you break it down into to the various segments, he took 27 courses in economics. 27 courses in economics, 7 courses in sociology, 11 courses in anthropology, 16 courses in history, 5 courses in philosophy, including 2 year-long courses with John Dewey, where his classmates say that one of his classmates said they would gather around him after class. Now you are going to Chat GPT. He was Chat GPT. Dr. Ambedkar was the first Chat GPT. All these classmates of his would go to him and say, please explain what did John Dewey say. And Ambedkar would explain what John Dewey said. And some of the classmates said, American classmates said, when we hear Ambedkar explaining John Dewey, it was like hearing John Dewey explaining, except with more clarity. Right? Because ChatGPT is doing the thinking, not you, those who are using it. Ambedkar is doing the thinking, critical thinking of his teachers, not the people who are listening to him and taking notes. There was a book written by one of his, a book which describes, not by, the narration of one of his personal assistants. He used to say every morning when he opened the door to Ambedkar's bedroom, he would have 4 books on his chest, 3 or 4 books lying on the bed, 7 or 8 books lying on the floor. He was so hungry, he would read books several at a time. Insatiable. This is when, towards the end of his life. He used to go to Bombay, and there was a famous bookshop. They had a special chair for him, and they used to pile books on both sides. And he would take one by one, he would look through this, flip through this, and then decide what to take. He would write books for them because he had no money to buy the books. And the royalty they would use to pay for his books. Insatiable hunger for knowledge, critical thinking. I once had the privilege of talking to his grandson, and I asked him about his grandfather. Of course, he was born after the grandfather passed away, to my knowledge. But he told me something which I had not known, that Ambedkar's, Dr. Babasaheb's father was a great devotee of the Sant tradition. Again, anti-caste, anti-Brahminical, see, casteism is a system of dehumanizing human people. Narayana Guru says famously in Kerala that there is no one in the world who does not know that all human beings are one species. Jati means species, Janma Riti means species, that all human beings are one species, except these Brahmanadigal. Ha kashtam, he says. Oh, how sad. Everyone in the whole world knows that all human beings are one species, but these people have a cataract. They can't see this. Obviously, even if a dog walks in here, the dog knows we are not 4 varnas or anything. We are all one species, one human being, but these people don't know that. So there were many saints that arose in the 19th century all over India to challenge this dehumanization political system called the caste system. And Babasaheb's father was apparently a great lover of these of the work of the poetry of these sons. And so he used to teach Babasaheb, and as a child, according to his grandson, Babasaheb could sit and recite by heart for hours and hours the poetry of these sons. Non-stop. I have no doubt that the only person who, of all the 3 or 4 intellectuals who got our Bharat Ratna, there is no doubt that Babasaheb Ambedkar was the most educated of all, the most knowledgeable of all, at a very deep level. I don't think any of them has taken on the load of 71 courses in 3 years. And if I read the list of courses, you can get it on internet. I would encourage you to go and look at these on the Columbia University website. Look at the kind of courses he took. He also took courses in German, in French. And so the depth of knowledge that Dr. Ambedkar brought to this, to understanding India, it was unparalleled. There is no one else in the freedom movement of this country who brought the breadth and depth of knowledge that Dr. Ambedkar brought to him. He cannot be confined to any one community. He cannot be confined to any one state. He cannot be confined to any one country. He belongs to all of humanity. And I'm not the one who's saying it. Recently, I saw on YouTube, you can look for it, there is a professor called Scott Stroud, S-T-R-O-U-D, University of Austin, Texas, who's a specialist in John Dewey and in pragmatism. And naturally, because of the connection of John Dewey being one of the professors of Dr. Ambedkar, he was led to study Ambedkar. I'm now going to quote you exactly what he said couple of years ago or within the recent period to a purely American audience. He's a white man, American, speaking to a purely American audience on the topic of pragmatism, and he works on impact of pragmatism in the US, India and various places. He says, you take Moses, take Jesus, take Abraham Lincoln, take Martin Luther King. Moses, Jesus, Abraham Lincoln and Martin Luther King. Combine all of them together, put them in one man and you get Ambedkar. This is what an American scholar has found after studying the scholarship of Dr. Ambedkar. So I think all I want to say, actually one point to all the young people here is the greatest tribute that we can pay to Dr. Ambedkar is to relentlessly pursue knowledge and learning, critical learning, not to learn things by heart, but to constantly, insatiably pursue knowledge and understanding in a creative and original manner. These insights that Dr. Ambedkar gave about India as a result of this learning and thinking should be a topic of another discussion, not just before the exam, a long discussion. But those insights are the only solution before us. Today, after many experiments with Gandhi's vision of India, Nehru's vision of India, today we are down to, as a country, as a people, we have only two choices before us: Golwalkar's India or Ambedkar's India. And the difference is that Golwalkar's India is based on a belief in unequal humanity, based on Purva Janma Karma Phala and all that, unequal humanity, unequal citizenship and unequal representation. And Ambedkar's vision of India is based on equal humanity, equal citizenship and equal representation for all. Democracy comes from two words, demos and kratos. Kratos is power, demos is people, common people. Democracy only exists when power is in the hands of common people. In 1930, 95 years ago, Dr. Ambedkar told the first roundtable conference in London that when the British leave, India will be ruled by an oligarchy. And that is the reality in which we live today. 4 communities, it doesn't matter who they are, but 4 communities monopolize power at the union level. You take any field, economic, media, academia, any field, business, politics, society, you'll find that all the key strategic positions, real power is in the hands of only 4 communities, members of 4 communities. In every state, including my state of Kerala, there are 2 or 3 communities, and there's a monopoly of power. It doesn't matter who they are, but Dr. Ambedkar said India is going to be an oligarchy, and it is an oligarchy. And he said the solution is representative democracy. Transfer of power, the first transfer of power was from the British to the oligarchy. The second transfer of power must be from the oligarchy to common people. That's when we'll have democracy. So how do we understand this? And also, if you take gender into account, you find that these are not only oligarchy is not only consisting of some communities, but only of males in those communities. So your big challenge is how do we take this, the challenge of your generation, which my generation has failed, is how do we take forward this struggle for democracy in India and transfer power from the oligarchy to the common people. We did not fight for independence and throw the British out to have the oligarchy rule us. We wanted Swaraj, which means each of us must have power. That's democracy. Kratos must be in the hands of demos. So your challenge is, like Ambedkar, to think carefully about why the Indian oligarchy continues to be so powerful. Male, community, region, whatever way, many ways of constituting an oligarchy, but it's an oligarchy that rules us. Not only is Russia an oligarchy, India is an oligarchy also, as predicted 95 years ago by Dr. Ambedkar. And to think about that critically, and like Dr. Ambedkar did, study relentlessly, come up with a solution that will take us forward in the march to democracy where each of us will enjoy our due share of power. I have no doubt in my mind that there is not only one, but there are many Ambedkar sitting in this room. And if you pursue his methods of relentless learning, you will be able to change this country and make it into a true democracy. Thank you very much for this.
Also, your address today beautifully mirrored Dr. Ambedkar's life as the ultimate testament to power of education. Thank you, sir, for enlightening us that the cultivation of mind should be the ultimate aim of human existence. Now, I would like to call upon... Thank you, sir.